This is a short film to celebrate the involvements of residents and partner organisations over the last 12 months. All participants bring their unique views on what it is to be part of our Optima.
Optima's Community Treasure Chest is a fund which residents and organisations can bid into to finance an idea that will enhance their neighbourhood.
Colbridge Trust is a community organisation that was set up about 10 years ago to help people within the north of Solihull. We employ adults with learning disabilities for 15 hours a week. We not only work with people who've got disabilities, we work with people who've got mental health issues, or people who have long-term unemployment. Okay, initially I got a phone call from Optima Housing saying that they have got £2,000 that we could apply for to help social enterprises. Would we like to apply? So we couldn't miss the opportunity really, so the best thing we could have ever done. We applied for it and was successful. What we spent the money on is our IT. Our IT was that old, the mouse had broke, it was no good, it would come off the wheel. So basically we bought 2 new laptops and a printer, which enabled us then to speed up with everything from the internet to getting in touch with customers, for research. It's gone absolutely fantastic. It's made a total difference. I can get in touch with clients quicker, I can get in touch with customers quicker, and like I said earlier, the lads can learn technology.
I'm Jolie, Optima's Community Projects Manager. Part of my role is managing the Community Warden Scheme. The Community Warden Scheme has been running for over 10 years. Part of what they do is out and about on the estate, combating crime and the fear of crime, but they also support elderly and vulnerable people. Sue, we're off to visit Margaret. Can you tell us a bit about her?
Yes, Margaret's been a resident of ours for 45 years now, and she's 92 years of age and quite vulnerable with failing health, and we just visit her on a regular basis.
I came here with 2 friends and we were all together, and then they both passed away and I was left on my own, and then Sue came along and helped me. Yes, I go down to Chiswick and they take me on a trip, and that was nice.
You walk around the park a minute.
And we go around the park, and I've never been able to do that before. Yes, I'm getting a lot better now, since I've been going out and going down to Chiswick. And if the wardens can't come, I have a phone call every day to see if I'm all right. Else I'd be in these 4 walls.
The scrutiny panel is an important part of Optima's co-regulation process. The panel work independently and carry out in-depth reviews of different Optima services, a bit like an internal audit. They present recommendations to Optima's board on what is working well and where improvements can be made to save money and provide a better service for all residents.
I've been involved in scrutiny in Optima's work since 2012. I was very attracted with the work that scrutiny seemed to be doing and its difference to all the other tenant representation panels.
I first got involved with Optima in 2012. The reason being was I saw a leaflet. It seemed quite interesting when I looked through it, and I thought about giving it a go. And again, report writing was not in my nature before, but I learned a lot since I've been on scrutiny. I've been on training how to write a report, so yeah, I was quite confident doing that then.
Over the last 12 months, the scrutiny panel's completed a report on voids and then has moved on to grounds maintenance. It's been quite time-consuming because there's been a lot of evidence to take on board, a lot of residents to talk to and get information from, and it's been fascinating.
I lacked a lot of confidence at first. I thought it was going to be a lot of hard work, but as I progressed through it, I met some great people in scrutiny and they helped me build my confidence.
If you were to ask me what I've most enjoyed about working as part of the scrutiny panel, it has to be working with Optima. I believe that Optima is very proactive in trying to get things right, and I've particularly enjoyed working with members of staff who've supported the scrutiny panel and also with members of Optima management.
Scrutiny has benefited me in a lot of ways. I've grown as a person, confident person. I'm able to speak in front of people, which I could never do before, and that's a big thing for me. I've come a long way in 2 years.
Building Blocks is a scheme designed to engage children between the ages of 5 and 11. There are a series of structured activities including trips, arts and crafts and exploring the environment. Children earn points to achieve gold, silver and bronze awards. Hello, I'm here this afternoon with my two very good friends, Paige and Janelle. And Paige and Janelle have been part of the Building Block scheme for a very, very long time, and they're going to tell us a bit about it. Can you tell us some of the activities that you've done with Building Blocks?
Yes, we've done loads of things. We've done arts and crafts,
and swimming
and moving, and we've gone on some weekends away with James.
You two have been twice to London with Building Blocks, haven't you? And you visited a couple of museums while you were down there. Can you tell me which ones you visited?
The Museum of Housing,
the National History of Museum.
So when you went to visited the Museum of Housing, what do you remember about it?
We went in lots of different rooms of different ages.
Can you tell me some of the things that you've made or some of the projects that you've been involved in?
Well, the last one we've done was
holidays. We made stained glass windows.
You know, when you're a grown-up, what do you think that you'll remember most about being part of Building Blocks?
Going away on the Malvern Hills, because we got to stay away and we got to build camps and do campfires and everything.
Great. What about you, Paige? What will you remember most about going on the Malvern Hills trip?
When we had to build the den.
Right.
And we had to wear the camouflage.
Yeah. And is that the memory that you'll take away most when you're a little old lady? Is that what you'll remember most about being part of Building Blocks?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, Paige and Janelle.
Contract monitors are residents who check the quality of the cleaning and grounds maintenance contract. They fill in feedback forms for their local area, letting Optima know what is going well and where the service needs to be improved.
My name's Andy McGregor and I'm a contracts monitor for Clydesdale Tower. As a contracts monitor, I once a week inspect the building and the grounds maintenance. Because I've lived here now, 5 years, and I just think all the residents should have a nice, clean place to live. When you come to somebody's flat. But as a contract monitor, I normally check that the lights that are working and report the ones that are not. Is the place nice and clean? Does it smell nice? The inside of the lifts. And I'm also responsible for the report back on the grounds maintenance, how the grass is cut, is it clear of litter. Yeah, over the last 12 months I definitely have achieved, made a difference. I mean, we've still got a fair way to go. And if you care like me and like where you live, you're passionate about the cleaning, become a contracts monitor.
Optima Residents Panel is a group of residents who monitor the performance of some of Optima's key services. Over the year, they look at one service per meeting, and with staff and contractors present, they look at what is going well and what needs to be improved. Residents put forward recommendations and offer their feedback.
My name is Hannah. I've been an Optima resident for 8 years. I used to live on the Five Ways estate, but now I live on Benmore Avenue. I have 2 young boys who are 1 year apart, and they are my life. My ultimate aim is to become an entrepreneur and run my own businesses. I have been involved with Optima for over a year. I have been a contract monitor where I monitor the grounds maintenance of Morel Close, I am a member and the chairperson of Optima Residents Panel. I have attended some special meetings about some of the services Optima provide. I have been involved in the creation of a couple of, Optima magazines, and I also have received a couple of training opportunities that Optima thought I was best suited to. The best thing I think I have achieved over the last 12 months is, as a member of the Optima Residents Panel, the group as a whole was looking for a chair. I decided to put myself forward, which is a very nerve-wracking experience. I have an understanding of the WM Housing Group and the different organisations that come under it. And I also now have a better understanding of the housing industry itself and some of the legislation that might affect me as a tenant. We've been able to put forward recommendations that are listened to by Optima themselves.
Optima work with a whole variety of agencies and partners to deliver their services. We're off to visit Three Trees Community Centre in Chelmsley Wood.
Hello, my name is Lynn Godsall and I'm the Development Manager here at Three Trees Community Centre. We are a community space in Chelmsley Wood, North Solihull, and we host all sorts of organisations here covering activities for the whole community. The way we work with Optima is across the board with the community, and that's where their strength lies. They see this project as representative of their whole community. That really manifests itself in a number of ways. For example, they have helped us with the children's garden, so we're starting right from the very small ones, moving through to helping us to create a project where the cafe becomes part of the outdoor space, so helping us to furnish that and make people feel like they want to take advantage of outdoor spaces. For those residents who feel that they want to do something that's more indoor activity, we have a stitch and knit group here that they support, and that's a vital thing for preventing social isolation on this estate. And they also support Family Club for Northern Star Community Arts, which is an essential tool to get isolated families into the centre, using the facilities and creating networks for them. One of the things that we run on Chelmsley Wood every year is an event called Chelman's Day, and Optima have been able to help us with the costs of that. It was attended by over 1,000 people, and Optima were hugely responsible for making that happen, and we're very grateful because that's a big fun day and brings the whole community together. And as we move forward with our timetable of classes and accreditation, Optima will be supporting us every step of the way.
Optima's Board of Trustees oversee the running of Optima. They are a mixture of independent and tenant board directors. They make the strategic decisions about where Optima is going and are responsible for ensuring that Optima is a viable business and provides a good housing service for its residents.
I'm Tricia Benegee. I live in Atwood Green and I've been a tenant board director for the last year and a half. I live and work in an Optima community, so I was drawn to making a positive change, particularly because there was, due to the austerity, a lot of changes that were looming with the welfare reform, and I knew it would have a huge impact on residents and the community at large, and I hoped that I could be influential in making sure that any changes that were affecting our communities would be positive. Over the last 12 months, within my role as a tenant director, there has been a lot of reading, a lot of learning. There's quite long meetings. I'm quite confident with the business structure and budgeting and so forth from the business side, but learning a lot about housing and the jargon has been a learning curve, which I've enjoyed. I think what's unique in what a board director as a tenant brings to the meetings is that because you live in the communities, there's little observations or things you come across or discussions you might have with other residents that you can, even though you might not intentionally bring them into board meetings, they might come up within conversations, and I think they certainly influence decisions you make or directions that the board might go in. I think the main achievements for me personally and for the board have been family joining us. A lot of the family homes are based in the same communities as Optima homes are, and I truly believe that it'll be a positive outcome for both groups.
Here we are at Family Housing Association. Family have just joined the WM group. We're going to go inside now and interview one of the tenants from Family.
I'm Donna Mohammadi. I'm a family housing tenant. I'm a new member of the Joint Service Group team. I quite enjoy that because It's given me confidence, it's shown me how businesses work, how the housing association in particular works. It's helped me explain to fellow residents, well actually this is what family housing can do, this is what they can't do. It's just made me so much more employable.
I just want to say Optima is a great housing association to be involved with. They listen to the residents. It's a great opportunity for the residents to be involved and have their say.
I would persuade someone in getting involved with Optima as a tenant director or another role, in that by getting involved you can genuinely make a difference and influence your community in a positive way.
Well, I wouldn't have anybody else, would I?
Together, this is our Optima.
It's just amazing how family and Optima are enabling their tenants to just move forward in life, rather than just being a housing association, they're more.